So think about the last time you maybe lost your temper with your family or, just completely dropped the ball on a major responsibility at work or in ministry.
Oh, yeah, that heavy sinking
Well,
feeling.
and honestly, your immediate instinct probably wasn't to stop and pray about it. It was probably to hide.
hmm Just retreat entirely.
Exactly. So welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're unpacking some really grounded insights from FaithFlow Rooted Ministry. And our mission is basically to figure out why our first reflex after a failure is to run away from God and, how we can actually change that response.
It's such a universal human reaction, isn't it?
hmm
We instinctively treat our spiritual life like it's a corporate performance review.
Oh, totally. Like we're waiting for the boss to fire us.
Yeah, exactly. When our metrics are bad, when we fail, we just assume we're about to be put on probation.
Yeah.
But what we're looking at in these faith flow materials points out something really counterintuitive.
Which is what?
Well, that heavy, isolated feeling you carry around, it isn't actually a lack of faith on your part. It's simply a profound disconnect.
Wow, a disconnect. Which is funny because we treat that disconnect like a permanent disqualification.
Right.
It's almost like we think we need to clean our entire house before the cleaning service even arrives,
Yeah.
We want to present this totally sanitized, fixed-up version of ourselves before we feel allowed to even talk to God again.
I mean, that is perfectly said, and that instinct entirely misses how the relationship is actually designed to work.
Because it's not a transaction.
Right, it's not.
Yeah.
If you look at the biblical account of Peter on the shore, you see the exact opposite of a performance review.
Oh, yeah, Peter.
Yeah, I mean, Peter had just denied knowing Jesus 3 times.
Right, which wasn't just a minor slip-up.
No, that was a massive, incredibly public betrayal at the worst possible moment.
Yeah, if I'm Peter sitting on that beach post-resurrection, I am fully expecting Jesus to just, I don't know, hand me a pink slip.
Oh, absolutely.
Or at the very least, put me on a really strict performance improvement plan.
Right. But instead, Jesus basically just cooks him breakfast, and then he asks, "Do you love me?"
Which, to be honest, has always kind of confused me.
Really? How so?
Well, why focus solely on love when Peter's actions were clearly the actual problem? I mean, from a practical standpoint, shouldn't there be some kind of penalty?
That is exactly how our penalizing brains work. But Jesus bypasses the penalty entirely because he is actively interrupting a shame cycle.
Oh, interesting. Just cutting right through it.
Yeah. By asking, "Do you love me?" Jesus is intentionally peeling back those layers of guilt to restore the core connection. He isn't testing Peter's flawless obedience. He's just locating his willing heart.
So you don't need, unshakable strength to return.
Not at all. You just need to be willing to be found.
But because our brains naturally default to that probation mode we talked about, breaking the habit requires some active realignment. I mean, we are wired to lead and serve from a place of peace, but the minute the pressure turns up,
We drift right back into striving.
yeah, we start trying to prove our worth all over again.
And God sees that drift. He remembers the devotion of your early faith. And when you get overwhelmed and start pulling away, he doesn't respond with anger. He just misses the closeness.
That shifts the whole perspective.
It really does. And this is where the approach of FaithFlow Rooted Ministry is so helpful. They tackle this disconnect not by giving you more things to do because we're all tired enough, but by shifting your underlying focus.
Right. Let's look at one of the resources we reviewed, the 7-Day Hope Reset Journal.
That's a great example.
It doesn't just tell you to feel better or try harder. It actually works by utilizing daily, low-stakes cognitive anchors.
Yeah, which is so practical.
Exactly. So instead of staring blankly at your calendar and obsessing over everything you failed to do that week, the journal prompts you to focus on what God has already promised. It physically interrupts that mental loop of shame.
Right, it changes the psychological mechanism of how you process a bad day.
Yeah.
You begin to realize your weariness isn't a moral failure. It's
Yeah.
just human limitation.
Which is such a relief to hear.
It is. And the same logic applies to another one of their guides, the Combating Campaign Burnout Through Faith Guide. It just fundamentally reorients your expectations.
Because it's not about being a superhero.
Exactly. Whether you are leading a public ministry or a community campaign or honestly just trying to manage a chaotic household, it reminds you that God never calls the invincible. He only calls the willing.
You do not have to be flawless to be faithful.
No, you don't.
That completely shifts the burden. I mean, spiritual growth is inherently slow. Returning to God is supposed to be this gentle process, not a walk of shame.
Yeah.
It is entirely okay to just rest in your weakness.
It really is a lifelong journey of learning how to stay connected. And honestly, if you're just tired of the striving, there's a calm, completely unpressured invitation waiting for you to keep walking this out alongside FaithFlow Rooted Ministry.
Yeah, it's just a safe place to find your footing again.
Exactly. At a pace that actually honors the season of life you are currently in.
Well, before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a thought to ponder today.
I love this part.
If God already factored in every single one of your failures the very moment he called you, what would change today if you simply stopped trying to hide them?